TwitchCon has always been almost kind of like a cesspool for a long time now, as there's been almost little to no security, and it's gotten to the point where many streamers don't even want to go. I'm not saying TwitchCon as a whole is a bad event, but their security needs to be upped significantly. And with this comes a lot of bad things, right? Some people just get kicked out for no reason. Some people get kicked out that don't need to be kicked out. But then some people are assaulted. And this happens more often than is spoken about. It's now just being spoken about more loudly because it happened to Emiru recently, which is absolutely horrible, by the way, when you watch the video. So I don't see the video on here. We're gonna scroll down for a second and see if I can see it. Okay, so I don't see the video on here, but basically what this guy does is he sprints up, when she is doing a meet and greet to a event that he's not even supposed to be able to get into. Not like he was at the front of the line and then he, was next and it happened. No, he was at a event he wasn't even supposed to be able to get into, and he completely bypassed security, ran through the line, and basically tried to grab Emiru and make out with her from what the video looked like. And it was so disgusting. And where was the security? Yeah, nobody knows. Because it took the security after, I mean, basically after she got assaulted to arrive maybe 5 to 10 seconds later because they weren't actually protecting her. They were just kind of standing around in the back somewhere, just hanging out, probably smoking a cig, just relaxing. And they act like they are almost these heroes, I guess you could say, is from the perspective that I kind of get from watching the video and from Twitch's response, is they kind of almost act as if they're these heroes that did just by Emiru. But in fact, they didn't. In fact, this is probably going to be extremely traumatizing for her for a while. Because whether you like Emiru or not, it doesn't excuse assault in the slightest. It just doesn't. No matter what happens. And the fact that Twitch is like security, and we'll scroll down just so you guys can see it. The safety and security of those attending TwitchCon is our highest priority. The behavior displayed by the individual involved in the incident yesterday involving a high-profile streamer was completely unacceptable and deeply upsetting. Wow, no duh. And where were you guys? Safety and security are the highest priority, but you banned her bodyguard, which they do to a lot of people, by the way. They'll ban bodyguards and stuff like that for because they're scary. They intimidate people. They make it where people don't want to approach the streamer. In a line with existing TwitchCon security protocols, law enforcement and event security were on site and responded to the incident. Yeah, they responded to it, but they weren't actually there. Like this is ridiculous, right? So when you have a concert, I think a concert's a perfect idea. You have the stage, right? So you have the stage of the concert, right? And then in front of that, you'll have a line of security, and then to the sides of that, you have a line of security. And then usually you might have a security guard watch an exit or two, depending on what's going on. So it makes zero sense how there can be this much, right? Security protocols, law enforcement, event, and I'm stuttering. I'm sorry. With existing TwitchCon security protocols, law enforcement and event security were on site. Yeah. Surely they were on site, but what were they doing? Like nobody should be even allowed to approach without going through security first, because the fact is they just didn't see it as that big of a deal. That's the truth behind it. Twitch, maybe not Twitch in itself, but the people who run TwitchCon didn't see it as that big of a deal. We have increased security at the meet and greet attendance check-in point, and we'll have additional security personnel surrounding participating streamers. If you RSVP'd for a meet and greet, please know that we are unable to accommodate +1s for the member of the events. This is like the dumbest thing ever. Oh, Hey guys, we just watched a girl that we forced to come up here, by the way, to do a meet and greet, to do her event. So yeah, so we're increasing security now, so that way it doesn't happen again. But still, you won't be able to bring your own personal bodyguard because we just don't want that. Like you're not liable at all if that bodyguard, let's say the bodyguard has to get physical with the guy. As long as there's cameras, you can't be liable for the bodyguard getting physical with a guy that's trying to assault someone. It's just as simple. And also, if the bodyguard is like licensed and stuff like that, he's not going to get in trouble for protecting the person he's supposed to protect. So by saying, "Oh, we can't accommodate plus ones," nobody's telling you to accommodate a plus one. They're just saying don't ban them from the location be for literally zero reason, right? And I think it's just like this is a gross response. I don't know. There's just something about it that like infuriates me. And I want to take everybody to have a little bit of a step back. I guess let's get a little bit unparasocial here. Let's say this is your daughter instead, right? This is the best way I can explain it. Let's say this is your daughter instead, and she's putting on like a school play or something like that, and a guy goes up and like tries to make out with her out of nowhere, like a full grown man, and then this is the school's response. Yeah, guys, we prioritize safety. Where was the safety? They were having a little bit of a dance session in the back. They were playing Dance Revolution, and he got carried away, so they couldn't be there the exact second. I don't know, man. That's really all I want to talk about today, though, was how disgusting this is, and I hope Emiru is good. I hope she's safe. Like I said, even if you are or aren't an Emiru fan, doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's about assault, right? And nobody deserves to be assaulted over anything. Let me know what you guys think, and have a wonderful night. Peace.